Yeah, New Wave Podcast, we back. Nash 412, the New Wave Podcast on Instagram. Couple guests in the building today. We got the Thrifters. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, fellas.
And Che Borg, a.k.a. New Kirk Ventures Collections.
Lay Chipz at the Thrift. What's going on with y'all?
Boy Siddiq, Sawa, all out sneak shop, you heard?
How long you been thrifting, bro? All y'all.
Oh, well, I've been thrifting for a nice while now. I say like 2-3 years, but business-wise, I took it seriously in October.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I did start, I was thinking to myself, because I seen bro, he was already selling clothes. So I peeped bro's like his whole little stealer. I'm like, man, you could definitely make some good money. And people already be asking me like, bro, where you get that from? Or where can I get this from? Or you see something in my size, just get it from me and I'll pay you back. And I'm like, I might as well just start putting stuff up for all that. Like, I always find some heat, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like, and messing with this guy over here, he start putting me D to just bargain shopping, bro. So that's what started my aspect of thrifting, because I would always ask bro, like, bro, you get all this flash stuff, man. But he's like, bro, you got to know how to shop. He's like, it don't matter how much money you spend. Anybody can spend the money, but if you don't look good in it, ain't no reason to spend the money.
I remember I was talking to you last week. You were saying like a lot of your pieces you be looking for is like things that are meaningful to you in your life, like wrestling, type thing, NASCAR or something like that.
Yeah, bro, like crazy. The reason why, and I can actually show like right now, like with this piece, it'll just take me back to my childhood, thinking of, like Wayne Gretzky in general, just because of how it looks. It gives me that 90s feel. For one, it got that all-around piece to it. So even with this one, which is kind of wild, it's a one stitch. I'll actually stand up so y'all can see it. This is
talking about the one stitch and the double stitch.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about the one stitching and the double stitching.
Yeah, bro. Now, with the one stitching and the double stitching, now, there's this guy on my car, he was being an a-hole, talking about it might have been 95 or 96 that they stopped. But I still be seeing shirts all the way up until 99. But anything that's single stitch or basically anything that's from the 90s and down. So it's 10 years and plus, bro, which means people pay for that value because it's better quality in the shirt. Like, even with, like, let's say, like when you used to, let's say you get like a hangnail and you'll get it on, like, let's say like right here, bro, you'll pull the whole string out with a double stitch. You can't do that with a single stitch. Only thing that'll do, it'll pull like right out, literally, bro. Yep. So let's say like you got a hangnail or whatever, and it got caught, you'll be able to pull it right out without a problem. You know what I'm saying? Now, if this was a double stitch, bro, I wouldn't even have been able to pull it out like that. This thing would have got shrunk it up. All types of
new shirts is double stitched.
Yeah, new shirts more than anything is double stitched. That and 100% cotton. Like, you'll always see that on the tag. You'll see that cotton, the pre-shrink and everything in the Made in USA. That's something that's real key when it comes to dealing with people that love vintage, because the quality is everything, bro. It's everything.
So old shirts was made where?
A lot of them in the U.S. and there's some that's from Korea also. Because I was talking to this lady today. It was more like button-ups more than anything that I seen. But they say a lot of them are from Korea. And you can see bootleg starters too. I actually didn't have one with me, but with the bootleg starters, a lot of them were made in Korea, which is kind of crazy because I got an old Joe Montana one, but it doesn't have his name on the back. But you can tell that it's a starter though, but it's a bootleg. Just like the old school, like back in the day, they used to have bootleg Gucci. Now, a lot of people don't know about that, but what made it, what made it, I gotta say back in the day, bro, because I'm old, bro. I ain't gonna say because I'm old, bro. I graduated in 07, so, hey. But nah, literally, back in the day, bro. Oh, I forgot what I was talking about.
Back in the day, the old school Gucci.
Yeah, all right, back in the day.
Damn, you've been pretty bad as hell.
Bro, I smoke a lot, bro.
You old as hell.
Smoke a lot, bro. 90 North, bro, with these blunts. But nah, bro, with the bootleg Gucci back in the day, they used to have like the symbol and everything, but it would be on like Hanes tees and things like that. And there'll be one-stitch t-shirts. But it was just so much popularity back in the day because everybody couldn't grab Gucci, bro. But they also knew that it wasn't a replica and they knew it was fake. So that's what kind of made it in, because you wasn't seeing no male with a Chanel crew neck, bro, because Chanel doesn't make men. Right. Chanel doesn't make men fashion. So things like that was just kind of key back in the day. It was a fashion thing more than anything. Like, it wasn't about it being fake because they knew it was fake. It was the persona that came with it, with the embroideries and the colors and the actual symbol. Because Gucci ended up starting to use that. They ended up using it later on down the line, which is kind of crazy because they're actually using it right now, bro, which is kind of wild too.
So y'all two are new wave vintage collections.
Well, New Kirk Vintage Collections. All three of us actually now.
What I say, new wave?
Yeah. It's because it's the wave, bro. It's the
wave. It is what it is. New Kirk Vintage Collections, and then y'all clicked up.
Yeah. I'm all out, basically all sneak shop for real. You know what I'm saying? I got my own little dead stock thing I'm doing with the dead stock sneaks and gently used kicks, things like that. So I'm just trying to snipe out and get exclusive kicks that you can't find in the city, or that are like hard for people to get in the city. You know what I'm saying? That's basically my whole goal, and I've always been like big in the sneaks. I've always been like big in the sneaks, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing that for a long time. Everybody in the city knows me.
I know you always been big in the sneaks.
Yeah, everybody knows me for like the sneaker game and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So I've been doing that, trying to like dibble and dab in that, but I like really capitalized on it this year. You know what I mean? So that's what it came down to, and like I spoke on before we was interviewing and stuff, like the whole fear thing. You feel me? Like people like let that fear thing consume them, and it's like a monster inside of you, bro. Like it's not even like this like physical presence of somebody around you that makes you like feel like, oh, I'm afraid. It's like okay, you're afraid of situations that's going to occur in the future that you haven't even seen yet. You know what I mean? You're like, yo, if I go and I start trying to invest in sneakers, what if people don't buy my shit? And you're like more worried about that than anything else, and it causes you to kind of be hesitant about doing it. But if you don't go and fail, you're not going to learn and like get the double. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of lose in order to like get to that point to create a like solid foundation and establishment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and so like how we clicked up is what the sneaker shop is. Like some of the shoes that I do release, I'm gonna just be putting a blog onto my website. So just pretty much, then people can just go straight to his site too. Sometimes I'll have like a few for sale, but click on straight to his website, and I'll just be constantly uploading blogs about the next releases. What do we have in now? Then we'll just constantly like doing photo shoots together, tagging each other in different links and stuff, and just boosting each other for helping it. Everybody.
That's what it's about,
everybody
bro.
Eating for real.
That's what it's about, bro. We trying to elevate.
Yeah, and investing in yourself, honestly, like, cause that's what all of this is. Like, it might seem like a minor thing, like, yo, you're buying clothing pieces. It's like, no, you're really investing in yourself and trying to build like something out of it. You know what I mean? Like, most people might look at this and say, oh, this is corny or it's tacky, but end of the day, like somebody out there likes it. It's the same thing with anything. Like you look at rap, you got cats out there. Look at Travis Scott when he first came out. Forever, they're like, oh, he's a cornball. He's not gonna make it anywhere. His fan base was a bunch of like, you know, white people for real. And then like out of nowhere, he got hot. Everybody liked him. He had that one banging song. And yeah, but at some point, in one point in his life, only a small group of people liked it. But it was because he was still trying to hustle, get his name out there. But either way it go, people liked it. You know?
Exactly.
And that's how this goes right here. It's the same thing.
If someone want to get with y'all to get some of these pieces, some shoes with you or whatever, like how can they get in touch with y'all? How can they shop?
You can go to my website, newkirkvintagecollections.com, and then you can also, my social media is on there too as well, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on Reddit. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Snups. If you want to go on Poshmark, Depop, girl, I'm everywhere. Google, I'm everywhere. Like,
yeah, you can just go straight to Lay Chipz at the Thrift. As soon as you pop that up, you'll see my face, you'll see my Bugs Bunny teeth, and you will not be able to miss me. Not at all.
So I'm all out sneak shops in Sawali. Basically, my name is Sawalii, 4 eyes at the end of it, Sawali. But if you want to hit me up, honestly, the best way to get in contact with me is through my personal page. My all out sneak shop, I'm just posting posts that I got or the kicks that I got. But hit me up for anything you want, like personal sizes, or if you want to like hand me hold anything and that type of deal. So yeah.
With the thrifting game right now, do you feel like there's like a hype around it with a lot of people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, crazy, bro. Like crazy. I could say about 4 or 5 years ago would have been the best time to really jump in. I'm not gonna lie to you, just because the money was different, the value of it was different. And I could even tell just by even when I resell to stores or even resell online by how people haggle. Because certain things you can just throw in there, bro, they'll just pay for it. Other things, people will be like, take $10 off or $15 off. Before, you didn't even have to do that, bro. They would just pay the price. So that's what I mean by that. Like the value of it is different, but it's still value in the same way. It's just there's more people that you got to cut through now. Because there's a lot of people that, like I said, they resell and everything, which is fine and dandy, but we're actually here for the long run. Because we're not just doing it just for the reselling. We're doing it for the actual culture. Like, we don't just grab pieces, bro. I can't just go in there and just grab any T-shirt. You know what I mean? We actually got to grab one that's going to be, when people see it, like, oh, Tweety Bird, remember I was 10 years old. I don't know, had like 5, 6 of them T-shirts somebody's going to pay for it just because of that, on the strength of that. I'm just not going to pull up and be like, here, bro, I'll give you this T-shirt. You're like, bro, what am I going to do with this random T-shirt that says nothing on it? You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, it has to have a value to it, bro. Like, there's certain things that now people be thinking 2010, I can't even say that. 2015, 2013. I be seeing people put stuff up like that. Bro, that's only fab, not even 10 years yet. You know what I mean? It has to be longer than 10 years. For real, 20 to keep it 100. I try to find anything in the 90s for real. Like, this is the 90s. Metallica, this is the 90s.
Old tour merchandise.
Bro, this joint came from the 70s,
you gotta
bro.
Look for like
this is
look
crazy.
for the year numbers.
You know what I'm saying?
Like the shirts.
I always look for the year.
Nah, but to be real though, the uniqueness in thrifting though is like, all right, yeah, we all thrift, but his style in thrifting is different than his, and his is different than mine. And like what we look for is different. So like, yeah, you might go to a thrift shop, but they might have a bunch of Parrot t-shirts and a bunch of like fire button-ups. You know what I'm saying? You might go to this person, they got a bunch of like fire fleeces. Everybody goes for specific things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he likes the cartoon thing and that wave, and he likes what he likes and I like. So if you want to get those specific pieces, you're going to have to go through 3 different people. So it's like, it is a lot of like going through different people, but it's kind of worth it because at the end of the day, you're getting what you want. And it's not this like crazy rock price where you're going to PacSun getting charged like $45,
yeah, bro.
$50.
Getting taxed for one
Everything's
shirt
gonna be
or a
linked
crew
together. Like even online, everything's just gonna be integrated together. Like see my logo at the bottom, it's gonna say partnerships or something. You just click on his logo, go straight to his site.
That's all you gotta do, bro.
What's the market like in Pittsburgh in terms of thrifting? Is it hard or is it like easy to find things?
To be real,
I'm
gonna be like all the way 100. And it's only because I was in New York for 2 years. I came back and I went to the like Pittsburgh Pickers event, and it was a lot of Pittsburgh gear. Like everything is like black and yellow. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna find too much. Like I got this in New York. I got those 2 pieces in New York. Like you're not gonna find that in Pittsburgh. And if you do, it's gonna be a hard find to get. Like this was normal stuff in Buffalo, just because of the fact that like they don't really care about the bills. I mean, they do, but it's just to get drunk. You know what I mean? It's not really like yo, like my team's really good as far as Pittsburgh. People buy Pittsburgh jerseys, and it's like, yo, my team's really good. I'm trying to show you this, that they're really good. And we got a huge fan base. So Pittsburgh gear is everywhere. You find it everywhere in a thrift shop. You'll find some fire pieces, but like as far as like what I want to look for, I got to leave Pittsburgh to get it. You know what I mean? Like it's not easy for me to thrift in Pittsburgh because I'm finding too many common pieces that I see that somebody else got. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it. That's my like intake on it.
What y'all think of the clothing scene here in Pittsburgh? Because I was talking with both of y'all last week about it. I want to know all your opinion, like in terms of, like it's not like a DC in New York, of course, to where there's a lot of places to get a lot of different pieces at. You know what I'm saying? It's to a point where I was telling them, if you see someone walking around with some off-white hair or some V-Lone here in Pittsburgh, you automatically think like, damn, do I know them? Like, they an athlete? They sell like they sell something like. Why is this a city to where you got to be someone to have
somebody to have
You know what
that,
it is? Like, you know what it is? One, Pittsburgh is like, okay, we think it's a very big city, but this is a big, small city, all right? Like, Philadelphia is a bigger city than us as far as the market of selling things goes. So we get, like, undermined, but we don't realize that. So people in Pittsburgh who haven't left Pittsburgh, and that's the other thing, a lot of people in Pittsburgh have never left Pittsburgh. So they continuously have this Pittsburgh mentality that that's the world. And it's like, that's not the world. And it's sad to say, but we don't have a set style like you say DC and New York. We don't have that. Pittsburgh is a hype city.
Copycat,
it's a hype city.
We copycat a lot.
Yeah, like it's not shade. Bro. It's a hype city.
It's not. It's just true.
If you want to come here and sell a hoagie for $100, you can do that because it's such a hype city. You know what I mean? Bro. If you say I got the special sauce, I can sell a hoagie for $100, you can do that because, bro, like this is a hype city. Everybody wants hype and they want to spend money, and everybody wants to like kind of just like. I don't want to say it, but I want to say it. It's a big like shit show here. Everybody wants to kind of like to look better than the next person, and they're really not doing anything. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, you're doing this, and I'm doing this, and this looks better than this to me and you. But on the outside looking in, like y'all really ain't doing anything. The Pittsburgh fashion scene is somewhat like the Pittsburgh music scene. You know what I'm saying? It's hype. It's not based on
everybody
what's really
be dicky.
Like it's not based on what's really
That's true.
good. Like if you look at Mac Miller and Wiz when they made it out, like. Yeah, we were fans, but like if you look at the majority of Pittsburgh, they weren't fans. Like they really didn't care, and it was kind of like whatever. You're just there, you rap, you do what you do.
Keep it
really
a bang.
Don't care.
With Wiz, I really wasn't like. I was a fan after the fact. Like I remember when Flight School came out, but I didn't listen to Flight School until a year later. Like literally a year. Once around that time, I had my truck and I was just riding around like. How did I never hear this?
Bro, I was in 7th grade blasting Mac Miller, bro. Like I was blasting Mac Miller's first projects. Yeah, I mean, first couple projects like Kids. I can't remember the first one before that, but it was literally like he had like the clouds behind him.
Yeah, you talking about the one he had Boaz in it. I think it was called Miller Life. It was called Miller Life. I think.
No, it wasn't called Miller Life. It wasn't called Miller Life.
Bro?
But no, it wasn't called Miller Life. I know that for a fact. It was like it was something else.
Class Act? I mean the Class Clown?
No, that was fire too, but it was something else. Nah, it was. He had some jukebox tape way before all of that, but there was something in the middle, and it had like clouds in the background, bro. I'd have to go on my phone to find it, but yeah, that joint right there, that was fire, and all the Wiz original mixtapes were fire too, because that was like real Pittsburgh sound.
Cushion OJ the greatest to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a fact. Out of all his projects, yeah, that's a fact.
I say Flight School, bro.
I mad.
I say flight school, bro. I'm sorry. I say flight school. I bang with Kush and Orange Juice, but that was a little bit still after, bro.
With this going on, you know what I'm saying? Y'all starting to link because the lane's open to do this in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Cultural, classic pieces, the shoes and everything that you doing. Where y'all want to take it? What's your vision?
My vision, bro, I'm not going to lie, Mill TV coming soon. Just so y'all know, there's a lot of things going on with that. Trayvon Hester, Gerald Brooks, I appreciate y'all. Major key. They got 2 documentaries coming out in the fall. Now, that's okay, put it like this. I started with this, with my reselling, but this is something that's supposed to uplift me to trying to make a community. What I mean by a community, he deals with branding. I got another guy that deals with marketing, and bro deals with appearance. You see what I mean? Like it's just more than just you needing one person to make something whole. My vision, bro, like I said, self-education, bro, to show people that we can all come together. There shouldn't be no reason why we can't come together and make something great. It shouldn't have been right now, this time, for somebody to think of something to do for Pittsburgh to make it bigger than Pittsburgh. You see what I mean? Like, when we go to Atlanta, everybody, oh, yeah, Atlanta. Everybody knows.
Everyone
Atlanta.
already did this.
Everybody knows Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like, with us, they should know us for more than just the sports teams, bro.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. That's what they know. They know us for the steel mills, the sports team, and right now, unfortunately, RIP to everybody that happened to synagogue, bro. That's really it. Like, and it's kind of like, it irritates me for
Siddiq, where you want to take the vision at?
For me, I know I was kind of like low key in the city. I've always been like a background name in the scene. You know what I mean? Like I always kind of moved real quiet. But I'm gonna keep doing that with the brand too. But honestly, I want to take it worldwide. I don't want to be just catering to Pittsburgh, because then when you do that and you try to cater to just Pittsburgh, you put yourself in this lane when there's a highway with 5 different lanes you could take. You know what I mean? And now you're in this one lane. Now you're in this one lane and you're stuck on this, one exit you can only take. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have enough money for the toll, so you just got the exit right now. Right. I'm not trying to be stuck in that lane, so I'm gonna just keep trying to cater to everybody pretty much. You know what I mean? And that's how I look at it. So
yeah, you seem to be like real. I know you for like probably like 5-6 years now.
It's been a minute.
You seem to like always be forward thinking.
What it comes down to is having, your plans are always going to change because you have to adapt to what's going on in the times. If you continue to sit here and say, all right, I want to make a denim brand, right? You could do that and say you want to do that, but it's all about timing. If I say I want to do that and I want to do it right now, 1, I don't have the finances to do it. 2, I don't have the plugs and resources to do it. So I'm going to wait. You know what I mean? And people don't have the patience to wait to make their plans work. So for me, I'm always trying to figure something out to make the next plan work. And not necessarily like, okay, I was doing DJing, right? That can still go hand in hand with drawing a base of people who like clothing and shoes, because it goes hand in hand, music and fashion. So it's like you got to kind of always be forward thinking, like you said.
So now you bring up a good topic. When you say finances and resources for what y'all doing, is this something that you can do on your own and build it from the ground up, or down the line you want to like partner with someone, or?
That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Partnerships.
A team, bro.
All about partnerships. Like this vintage. Like I'm not just doing straight vintage clothes. Like it's a part of my section on my website. Like I got a whole section you can get vintage clothes, and I'm linking up with streetwear brands, up and coming streetwear brands, like people from LA, people from London, Paris, like. Whatever streetwear brands that I think is hot and I see people putting in that work. And then if there's an opportunity for me to buy wholesale and for me to just take photo shoots and like kind of be like a brand ambassador, but like a wholesaler for that company, that's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to bring brands, like different brands to Pittsburgh for real. Like have a whole bunch of vintage clothes. I got vintage paintings, vintage art. Like I got my man's Moo Preem, got the full throttle in the air parade.
You want like your own place here in Pittsburgh, or?
Like I want like not a social status, but like pretty much like a social status, but like it's like I don't got Nike and Puma and Asics.
Yeah,
and,
we wanted to stand out, bro.
Like,
we gonna have it stand out.
I got mad Italian brands. I got somebody in Tokyo I'm linking up with streetwear brands. Crazy. I'm gonna buy like 500 shirts, bring them over here. If somebody like it, I'm just keep messing with.
We're not trying to like limit anybody, but what we're trying to do is show that there's different. You know what I mean? Like in our reality, like there's different. There's always something that you can do different.
Too much out there. Too
much, bro. And everybody like he said, everybody goes to Macy's. Everybody goes to Ross. Exactly. Everybody goes to Moreauville. So everybody's gonna have the same stuff.
Exactly. If you go anywhere, you go to any store, what they got? Every store got Nike. Every store got Puma. Go to every store got Polo.
Got Lacoste. Got Hilfiger.
They're like, what do people want for fanciness? They want Louis. They want Fendi. They want Gucci.
And there's thousands of companies.
Massive. You got Philip Plein. You got Iceberg. You got Burt Bickenberg. You got Too Bitty, bro.
A lot, bro. Like to the point, like if we just popped out with that, everybody be looking like, oh,
yo, what the fuck is that?
What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's like some Supreme shit or something. That's the first thing everybody would say, bro. Like you said, that's like some Velos. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the aspect that they're going to, but they're not understanding that it's just something that could be different for us.
It's like, you know, I'm doing more than a vintage. Like I'm doing a vintage, like to have a section. Like, you feel me? It's like a section of. I'm starting off with this. Like I'm trying to do a clothing line and all that. Like my big vision is, I want like a store like Macy's. Like, you know, go to any mall in America, bro. There's a Macy's in that mall, bro. There's an H&M inside that mall.
Yep.
That's my big goal. Like my own plaza or something like that. Like all the partnerships that I am like dealing with. Like we got our own little plaza. Like you can go to like Supreme, Bape, some shit like that.
Would y'all want to do pop-up shops or anything?
Yeah, we've been on that actually lately now. I've been calling around too today also. So I've been we've been looking. We've been talking about it, networking and everything.
Who we got link with to make it happen?
Put it like this, bro.
Pop-up shop?
Pittsburgh pop-up shop. We need, what you think, bro? Not
to
like
be
like
honest,
just all
I don't
together.
think we need anybody to like to make it happen. I think everybody just has to kind of support it. You know what I mean? And know it's going to be a supported event because you don't want to waste money. Nobody wants to take a loss. Everybody wants to eat basically. So you don't want to sit here and like, all right, I'm gonna go around a mall spot for however much I'm gonna pay for it, and then nobody shows up. That's a waste of money and that's a loss. So why would I do that? So it's kind of like you want to make sure people are going to
that is worth it.
Show up and it's worth it. You know what I mean? So
Or people, you don't want people to come up like, even with what we had was as and them was dope. It came out dope, but at the same time. Remember, y'all had us come to the interview. You see what I mean? Like, it wasn't them, and they actually ran.
But not
bro.
even that. It wasn't cultural, bro. There weren't enough people like us in the room at that event. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people that didn't look like us in that event. So it wasn't really a showcase to show. Not that, but it was more so it wasn't a showcase to people on the east side of Pittsburgh or whatever. Like, it wasn't, those people didn't get to see that showcase of that side of the lifestyle of Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? So they don't know they don't know this type of stuff even exists in Pittsburgh.
A lot of people didn't know, bro. A lot of people found out that day. Like,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I brought you up to the station.
Yeah, bro.
And I was like,
for real?
How long you been promoting this?
Yeah, bro.
People don't even market.
And that's,
like,
bro. Yeah. That's another thing too.
You got more people sitting here sharing posts for the Trap or Savoy instead of sharing posts for like local brands and people that are actually trying to give back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people in Pittsburgh that really want to give back and help out, and nobody wants to like share their shit. But if like let the Trap post or the 7101 post a party that's happening down there with WAPO performing or something, RP to WAPO. But you get what I'm saying? Like, everybody will sit here and go on that train instead of sitting here and really hopping on a train of people who want to like really give back to the city and like really help out. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just weird to me. Like,
all it takes is a reshare, a comment.
It's 2 seconds.
Bro, it literally takes the reshare, like, in a comment, bro. Reshare, like, in a comment, bro.
I thought were like cool with me and really fucked with me, and I've been like, yo, can you share my page and like do this? And they're like, yeah, I got you. And then, like, they don't do it, and it's like, all right, it takes 5 seconds, but you'll go and share this picture of a little baby coming to Pittsburgh, you know, who don't give a fuck about you, who's just getting a check and leaving. People will do that so fast, but they won't take the time out to be like, yo, let me understand your brand.
I was just talking about this. Niggas will support Joe Schmo, but you know what I'm saying, a familiar face. Oh yeah, I've been knowing you for a while. I ain't gonna support your shit. I'll watch it, but I ain't gonna support it.
Yeah, bro. Matter of fact, that's dope, bro.
Yeah,
that's it. But they'll say that face to your face.
They see you in person.
They're not gonna comment.
Working. That's it.
They're not gonna. They'll scroll past it and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, bro, I did kind of see it, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna repost your shit.
I don't, bro.
Why would you ask me?
I hate it, bro.
And Pittsburgh is systematic, bro. It has systematic racism, bro.
I just be sharing motherfucking shit. Just on purpose. I don't even care if you share it back. I'm gonna keep sharing shit.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
I'll put a fire emoji. You'll probably see it. I'll probably just anybody's shit. Even if I don't like it,
I got nights. I just share everybody's shit that's local. I'll go on pages that's local for hour, bro. Just share it. Yeah, all night. Like I'll play some FIFA, kick somebody's ass real quick on my phone for like an hour.
Smoke a blunt, bro. Yeah. Oh, this is crazy. She be flexing that shit a while. She be working out, bro. On a daily basis, I know for sure none of us three do it. I type in Pittsburgh on Instagram, right? And I look at what's everything that's going on at that second.
Hashtags is real.
Bro, literally at that second. That's how I get my core fans for real, bro. Like, people be like, damn, how is he coming up from 200 to 900? Because I actually talk to my people. You know what I'm saying? I can't pay $180 a day for ads for me to get the people, so I'm gonna put in the work.
I think for me though, like it's a different lane for me. I got to take because it's not the same thing. Like I'm doing sneakers, so I can't like. That's kind of like people get skeptical about shit like that. They like see you comment on their pictures, like, yeah, yo, come buy some sneakers on my page. Like,
oh no, not the buy sneakers thing. I'm talking about.
No, but I still can't do that from a aspect of me being on like my all out sneaker page, right, or even my own personal page, like that's private. Like I can't just be like, yo, like you look good. Like I can't be doing that because one, that's like kind of from a professional standpoint for me to try to sell a shoe, I can't like do that.
With everything I got going on, where do we go from here though?
Man,
follow the page, man, and support local brands. That's what it come down to. Support the local people. That's going to help you out end of the day. You know what I mean? So like, that's what it really come down to. Because the more you support local people, the more your environment. I don't want to say environment physically.
A whole lot of
I'm about to be giving back to like some boys and girls club. No, not on that nature. But I mean like, as far as like, yo, like you're giving back to your community, so you can only expect more good things to come out of that. You know what I mean? Like if I'm sitting here and people invest in my sneaker thing, they can only expect better sneakers to come out of that. You know what I mean? They can't sit and keep thinking it's going to be the same old shoes getting sold. It'll be like better shoes. So,
that's how we grow. I support you.
Yeah. That's
you
how we
might
grow.
support me. I'm not looking for the support back, but just support
But
me.
it has to be done though.
But it has to be 50-50,
like, it should be a mutual thing.
It should be 50-50, bro.
Because at the end of the, you don't want nobody looking like a fanboy.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like. I don't want,
bro.
if somebody share my shit or follow me that's really trying to do something with their life, I'm gonna follow back and I'll share shit back because one, I'm trying to support you while you support me, and
we all
that.
grow.
Yeah, we all growing. Yeah, everybody eats. You know what I mean?
You got some followers that haven't seen what I'm doing. I got some followers that never seen what you're doing.
Right.
Let's connect.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
I was at Buffalo, and I'm sure like people in Pittsburgh started getting a couple Buffalo followers because I was at Buffalo for 2 years. So cats started seeing like, oh yeah, like on my old page. Oh yeah, he's at Buffalo. Like let me go follow such and such. Or like they see through the comments, like, oh, this is somebody from Pittsburgh. Let me go and follow. Like so, like even small things like that, like just. Those things help out. You know what I mean? Me having that following helps me be able to share your shit and get you a bigger following up in Buffalo, New York. You know what I mean? So that's what it really is.
So one more time, where can they connect with you at?
It's Sawali, Sawali, 4 eyes at the end of that. And then I got All Out Sneak Kicks. Wait, Sneak Shop. That's the Instagrams right there. I'm working on the site right now. It'll be done around like April 5th, you know, April 10th. Don't give me a like set date, but around that time, just hit me up for more info on it.
Late Chipz.
Late Chipz at the Thrift. You can actually look me up, Late Chipz Thrift Shop on Instagram. It's on Facebook. You'll see my content all day, every day. If you wake up, you yawning, all you got to do is go to my page. I'm always spreading content, talking about vintage apparel, talking about self-education and things of that nature. We're just trying to take it to the top, man. This is just the beginning.
Well,
Gone.
NewKirkVintageCollections.com. Instagram, NewKirkVintageCollections.com. I'm tripping. New Kirk Vintage Collection.
He said
Twitter.
.com,
Feel me? You can. I'm everywhere.
Website coming soon, though. You feel me?
I'm everywhere.
yeah.
.com, though. Hey,
He said, check the papers, check the papers.
Fresh in the cut, he do the logos.
Fresh Millsy.
Yeah. Yeah. New Wave Podcast, though. Enjoy
Yeah,
it,
though.
yo.
I enjoyed it too, bro. Every time. It's a pleasure. But nah, bro, we need to definitely some pop-ups, bro. We need some pop-ups.
Nah, but real quick, and, hey, man, everybody need to stop being hype, dog. Like, stop being on that hype beast shit and really follow what you fuck with, yo. That shit lame and it's played the fuck out.
Stop fucking dick eating.
Stop fucking dick eating, yeah.